Hi, my name is Grace Shalom Hopkins, and welcome to another episode of Spin Weekly. Today we are talking rainbows, Rolags, bats, all the good stuff. We're diving right into the blending board. I'm using one of the Sparkle Packs by Classy Squid. This is one that somebody anonymously gifted me a gift card, and one of the things I bought is this thing. That was in February of this year when I had my miscarriage. So I am enjoying bringing up all of these little things that you guys have given me. These are gifts from the community, in my opinion. And I'm using the Cake Batter Cashmere Blend from the Paradise Fiber of the Month Club as my white base. So I'm just going to go in and I've sorted them into color. And I premeditated the color at the beginning. You saw how I was kind of building piles. I wanted to use the sparkle packs and some of the other little things that I've pulled from my own stash, the Angelinas from my own stash. And one of the colors, I believe the dark green, was primarily from my own stash because I wanted another one to match with the Riches Bats, which you will see a little bit later that I'm playing it with, which is also from Classy Squid. So I took the bats and the sparkle pack and I put them together to see what kind of color pattern I wanted to do. And I was kind of aiming for a bit of a fractal, that kind of thing. So that's the perspective I took when I chose these colors. So I'm going to turn on some music and let you enjoy the blending, and I'll check back with you when that part is finished. All right, so this is what we came up with, and I think they are spectacular. I couldn't be more impressed. The cashmere is so light and fluffy. The colors flow so well between each other. It's just awesome. So I'm going to be using my queen bee, and I showed you a little bit about how I set it up there with that kind of awkward video. I'm loving the queen bee. Again, if you have any questions on how the queen bee works or spins or really anything, hit me up and I will do my best to answer them. I stock the queen bee and all the other Spinolution wheels in my store along with their accessories. If you're interested, you can check out links down below to them because I am a Spinolution, just evangelist now. I have spun with several different wheels across many different companies, and these guys just so far exceed all of my wildest dreams. I just had to jump on board there. So the spin is pretty straightforward. I did from the Rolags a lace weight yarn. I love how the colors played and made kind of a Berber pole, sort of a semi-solid, very pastel. Everything about this spin went just beautifully. This is one of those spins where I'm just going to tell you how great it was the whole time, I guess. But you can see how they spin like butter. It's really, really good. The only thing that I would probably change in the future is I would have maybe not paired my cashmere with the riches. The riches are super soft. They're, I believe, primarily merino based. The cashmere is so extra soft that I probably would have saved it for something that was just cashmere and cashmere. But I've never worked with cashmere before, so I didn't really anticipate the sheer magnitude of softness that was going to be involved. So I'm spinning this at my parents' house, so that's the scene change. Soon to be my house, actually. We're going to be moving at the end of the year to my parents' house. And my husband is going to be going overseas for a while, and we'll see him again kind of in the summery, fall-y time. So that'll be pretty exciting for all involved. He's going to be living in a wood stove heated tent, and there you go. Also, speaking of husbands, these are sapper panties is what they call them. They're PT shorts that I'm wearing in that shot, and I'm not sure what possessed me to film in PT shorts because it looks blinding, so I apologize for that. But, that's what you get when you're married to the military, sapper panties. And I also wear my husband's clothes because why wear your own clothes when you wear your spouse's clothes? But on back to the spin, I tried to get lots of different shots of the queen bee in action so you could see how she moves and what her footprint is and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Here is the bat. So the bats were really beautiful and squishy, springy. Oh, so springy. They had just the slightest amount of lanolin left in them, so the spin was really smooth. I felt very conditioned, shall we say, but not sticky. I feel like there's a really fine line between having a residual lanolin that's just gross, honestly, and one that's very lotiony. And this is definitely lotiony. It also allowed those add-in fibers to kind of Velcro into the spin, so I had a lot less problems with fallout than I usually would in an art bat. So I thought that was a really interesting little, I guess, feature to these Riches bats. And as you can tell, they're incredibly nuanced. The color and the different fibers, but the texture themselves lent to this kind of thin spinning really well. I didn't have a lot of problems with breakage, and I wonder if that's due to the residual lanolin. Overall, I thought this was a really good, like multi-faceted spinner kind of bat set. A lot of the kinds of fiber that I bring to you, I'm looking to find fiber that's super diverse, so regardless of the kind of spinning you do, it works for you. And this is definitely kind of a new take on that because of the residual lanolin. Highly recommend, highly recommend. Though, again, I would caution you, if you're looking for something like this, make sure to contact the seller and see how much residual lanolin, because I've spun things that just felt dirty. Even though they were clean, there was so much lanolin, it just felt icky. So if you find one that's icky, don't completely knock the whole concept of some residual lanolin, because that's what I did, and I was pleasantly surprised with this stuff. My upcoming Hanukkah spin, I tried to duplicate that process by leaving some of the lanolin in, and I'm really enjoying it too. Alright, so applying this yarn was pretty straightforward again, but I wanted to talk about the built-in Lazy Kate. You guys know that I kind of complained about the built-in Lazy Kate on the Polywog. I felt like the behind the bobbin situation was hard to navigate, but on the Queen Bee, they're in the perfect place. They spin so smooth. However, there's a trick. You want the little plastic bobbin hole protector to be against the body of the Queen Bee, and that provides enough spin. But if you're looking for a lot of resistance, flip it around so that way the plain wood piece is sticking out, or sticking against the body of the Queen Bee, and that will give you a lot more resistance. So depending on how you want to apply, it can be helpful to know that little trick. So you can see how it made this just beautiful, multi-textured barber pole situation. I love it. When you see the final yarn at the end, you can see how nuanced it is. It highlighted the nuances of the cashmere Rolags and the riches. There you go. You can see it's very fractaled. I also had a little bit of extra of the cashmere Rolags, so I spun those in a 2-ply. You can see there. So you can kind of look at the difference between the two perspectives. It was just such a wonderful spin. I can't recommend trying this enough. Dive into your stash and see what you can find for interesting little bits and pieces, and see if you can do one of these fractals or any other type of unexpected implementation of color work. I think is super gratifying, and again, it's really unexpected, so you're going to have a super unique project. What more could you want? If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button. If you want more of this kind of video, you can look at the Patreon archives, because these voiceovers are exclusive for you guys on the Patreon. And I will see you next time. Bye!